like my favorite part when you see the foam just slowly rise to the top. It's just so good and so yummy, I swear. If you guys haven't tried a shaken espresso, like you absolutely need to. So something that I've been wanting to change starting today is how I'm like managing all my routines, because my YouTube schedule has just been so chaotic, so crazy, like lots of 3 a.m. nights, just staying up super duper late. I feel like my lack of sleep has been slowly creeping up on me. Literally yesterday, I was unable to function between 9 a.m. to noon. My brain just feels like it's not ready to start thinking. It's super duper groggy. Like all I can think about is sleep and like how badly I want to take a nap. I'm just like, wow, is this how night owls function? Because I've never been a night owl my entire life. Like as a kid, I was always very good about going to bed by like 11 p.m. Even whether or not my homework was done, like I was in bed. When it hit 11 p.m, I was like, lights off, it is time for bed. What's done is done. We didn't finish it. It will be a tomorrow problem. I'm honestly really tired of living my life as a night owl. I feel like it's making me lose like the sense of control over my life, because even when I hang out with friends and if we're like getting brunch in the morning, I feel like I can't focus on anything that they're saying. So we're gonna try to change that today by building some more optimized routines. I'm trying a new oat milk brand. This is the Chobani oat milk, but the barista version. Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. I meant to use this, but I forgot I also already put in like hazelnut syrup when I just meant to use this alone. I guess it's fine. Like I can still use this, right? This is just Chobani's coffee creamer in the sweet cream flavor. I think it's fine. Like if I just add like just a little bit. And I feel like I really messed up though, because I really don't like it when my drinks are like too sweet. Just add 1 tablespoon. I hope I didn't ruin it. Cheers, let's give this a try. It definitely tastes different with the sweet cream. It's like slightly a little bit more smooth, and I'm glad I didn't put too much of the hazelnut syrup in there. Like, I don't know if I was just like mentally expecting to use the sweet cream and just didn't consciously realize it. This is what I mean by like me being sleep deprived. It's like my brain is not like catching up to like where it's supposed to be at. Yeah, I really like that. Don't judge me, but I literally haven't eaten anything all day, so I just quickly made myself a little acai bowl. I've literally been obsessed with these ever since LA, because Alexa would like cook for me and she'd make one for me like every morning. I'm literally such a baby. Like I feel like every single person I've roomed or like lived with before has like cooked for me, because I'm so incapable. It's definitely not as good as hers though. To ask her what her mom's granola recipe was so delicious. Anyway, I've brought you guys to my desk because I want to show you guys something new that I am implementing. Literally just started doing it like this past week, but I feel like a big reason why I've just been so inefficient with my time is because I lack the proper systems to kind of support me in my day-to-day routine. I feel like there are a lot of areas in my life where every single week I'm doing kind of the same thing, but I'm starting completely from scratch every single time I do this repetitive task. So something I recently came across from another YouTuber, I feel like I'm just getting a lot of inspiration from other YouTubers lately, but it's been super helpful, is this platform called Milanote. Maybe you guys are familiar with this platform, but personally I have never heard of it before. But it's basically a tool specifically more for creative projects or like project managing in the creative space. I feel like the best way to describe it is kind of like digital sticky notes but on crack, because you can add pictures, link videos, upload files, add deadlines, assign, you know, tasks to certain people if you're sharing whatever milanote it is. I don't know, it seems like there's a lot going on, but it's also very, very simple, which I really appreciate. Although I do love my notes app, as you guys have maybe seen in previous videos of me talking about it, I do feel like sometimes I wish it had certain features that would kind of streamline my life a little bit better, which has also been really nice because they're not stingy with like the free version that they offer. I always hate it when you want to try like a new productivity platform, but there's like 1 or 2 major features that really changes the experience, or you only get like max 7 days to like really try it out, which is just not enough time, especially when it comes to productivity or like trying to change routines, because I feel like those things take a lot of time, and a new platform is also something that you you have to get used to. In the free version, you're pretty much capped at like 100 items, which is so hard to explain. But I guess the easiest way to imagine it is if you had like 100 sticky notes and you can only paste max 100 on whatever board or wall you have. And honestly, that's more than enough. Like I've made multiple boards and I still have like a little bit of space left for one more. I guess what I'm trying to say is it isn't like a stingy amount, and it's definitely enough for you to get a really good feel of the platform and how it works. And if it even like makes sense for whatever project management tool that you're looking for. I think you'd only really need to pay for this if you have maybe like a bigger team that you're going to be like sharing these boards with, or if you really want to keep an archive of your previous projects, then you're definitely going to need to upgrade because you won't have enough space for that. But if you're okay with just trashing the project after it's complete, then I think it's a great tool and it won't cost you anything. I think not having any formal structure over planning my YouTube videos is a big part of the reason why I've just been all over the place. And as I was reflecting on this, I was like, maybe I just don't have the right system in place to really help me be ready with all the heavy lifting that comes with planning a whole YouTube video. And what's so nice about Milanote is you can create your own custom-made pre-formatted templates that you can immediately start building off of. So I'm going to quickly walk you guys through my YouTube video planning template. So I have about like 5 sections to my YouTube video template. So the first one is my general structure, which I guess could be a little bit more of a general brainstorming step. I'll try to think of some potential titles as well as really solidify on what the overall purpose of the video is, because I don't want to make something that you guys don't get anything out of. I also have like a placeholder image of one of my previous thumbnails that did really well, just as like a little bit of inspiration. If I have like a specific vision or idea for the potential thumbnail, then I'll kind of detail it where it says option 1 and option 2. And then just how in this thumbnail it says how to declutter your life, I also want to start to think of what title overlay I want on my thumbnail. This is something new, but I'm hoping it'll make me more efficient when it comes to uploading my actual video. Is I want to start writing out what exactly my timestamps are, because I feel like those are very critical for the pacing of my YouTube videos. I also feel like taking the time in the beginning of the planning stages and being very intentional of what I'm going to title my timestamps will also help me to make sure I'm sticking to whatever overall theme or purpose of the video is. And then this affiliate marketing / potential product placement, it's not really as much about like the affiliate marketing and like trying to make, you know, a few extra bucks, but this is something that I always tried to do in my beauty content, where I would always like tag the brand and always try to list the shade and the exact product that I'm using. I feel like it always just saved my audience the time from like asking me where I was from and then me continuously writing the same response to multiple people. The next column that I have is my pre-production step, and I feel like this is when the YouTube video really starts coming to life. So I have a section right here for me to link anything that I want to reference or anything that I gained inspiration from. And then I kind of have like this document, I guess I want to say, where I actually am going to try to draft out my scripts or actually write out my YouTube videos. Most of my previous videos have been relatively unscripted, where I just have a general structure in my head, but I don't actually like write out everything that I'm planning on saying. But I've noticed in almost every single video, like during the edit, in the post-production, or even while I'm uploading, I have a little mini regret over like one tiny portion of the video where I'm like, oh, if only I like thought about it a little bit more, I would have filmed it a little bit differently. So hopefully I can avoid that feeling this time around and just get into the routine of constantly revising my draft. And then I had this idea to add this pre-production checklist, because I feel like every single time I'm trying to film something, there's always something that I need to do beforehand to make sure I have preps for the filming aspect. There's definitely been times where I just exclude filming a certain aspect because I simply just wasn't ready for it, or I didn't have all the stuff that would need to go into it. My third card is my filming timeline, and I feel like in comparison to the other two, it's like a little bit more chill, where I feel like the pre-production is like where the meat of everything is. If I have a video that's going to require multiple days, then I kind of want to break up exactly what I need to film each day and when, and then also just keeping in mind filming locations for them as well. And then my fourth column is my post-production section, and I just kept this really simple with more graphic design elements that I want to start to think about. I would say a lot of the times in my YouTube videos I tend to use a very similar font, and I do that also to like kind of keep the theme or my branding very consistent. But a lot of the times I also do that because I just don't have the time to like really sit down and research different fonts and like see what would fit best for whatever video I'm making. So I'm hoping this will maybe help me to really plan ahead and, you know, just like add a little bit more of a cool experience to my YouTube videos with the graphic design elements that I add. And I also thought it was really cute that milanote lets you add like a color. So this is the color that I have on this thumbnail over here. And then my fifth column, I have my reflections, which is something completely new. I feel like I always think about my YouTube video after it's uploaded for the next following week, but I don't actually sit down and write down my thoughts of what I think went well and where I need to improve. I thought it'd be really cool to add this little column to kind of close out the entirety of this YouTube project or whatever video that I am making. Another massive pain point for me, which you guys might have seen in previous videos, is just organizing all of my PR. I think I haven't unboxed PR since that video, so it's definitely been collecting. At this point, I'm just kind of thinking of emailing some brands that I'm not too invested in and asking to be removed from their PR list, and hopefully maybe give that opportunity to somebody else who's more heavily invested into the beauty space than I am at this point. I actually feel like I'm in a really good place with my current makeup routine. Like, I've been doing this same exact routine for months now, and it's actually been really fun and exciting just to like really hone in on it. And anytime I like need to do my makeup, it's like just such a seamless process. Anyway, to kind of manage this, I am thinking of a new system because I'm sick and tired of like letting these boxes collect. And to be honest, my parents are very patient with me in the fact that I make our foyer very ugly with all of the boxes that come in the mail. I'm thinking of just leaving a massive tote bag just hanging up here so that it kind of encourages me to unload the boxes and just like put things in this bag that I'm gonna probably most likely give away, and then pull the actual products that I think I'm gonna use and just bring them straight up to my room and not let these boxes just collect dust and take up so much space in my parents' house. So that is what we're gonna do right now. I honestly have no idea what's in most of these boxes, so we're gonna find out together. Last box. Oh, jeez. Wait, what? This is actually so wild. Like, wait, why is this kind of on brand? What in the world? Is that supposed to be their logo? There's like a ball in here. There are balls. Why? Oh my god. Okay, these balls suck. I guess this is to promote their Born This Way Soft Matte 24-hour foundation and oil control. Honestly, now I kind of want to test it out while I go play tennis. These little smoker lamps are like my favorite thing ever. They're, first of all, so cute, and you don't even need to like turn them off because they turn off by themselves after an hour. When I've been working on something for a while or I get distracted and I see that this has gone out, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe an hour has passed. Anyway, I love these. You can sometimes find them at Home Goods for a really discounted price. And I'm also going to light up a little candle. This one is Beach Walk from Replica, kind of a bougie candle. Beach Walk is one of my favorite fragrances. I clearly have been really loving and using this candle this summer. Ta-da! So it is getting late. One of the things that I've been wanting to implement into my more evening routine is taking the time to sit down and journal. I have always been like the worst journaler. Is that a word? I don't even know, but I've always been the type of person where I'll go through a phase where I'm like really invested into journaling, and then I'll kind of fall off, and then a year later I'll find said journal and I'll like reread my entries and just be so mortified and embarrassed over what on earth I was talking about back then, and I'll like rip out the pages or like throw away the journal in entirety. Also, a lot of the times I just don't have the patience to like sit down and write. So I want to try out this new app, and this is something I'm still testing out, but I got introduced to it because the founder happened to see one of my videos, but it's called Audionotes, and it basically uses AI. I don't know if it has some like ChatGPT based, where you can kind of record whatever's on your mind, or even tell it like, hey, I want to make these tasks, and it'll either like build whatever you asked for, or it'll give you like a summary of what you said. And I really like the idea more more for the latter, where I just want to like voice memo my journals so it can clean up my wording without altering too much of what I said, and it also gives me a very brief summary of the entry itself. And I just think that'll be really nice and way more efficient to kind of like scroll through past journal entries versus actually seeing in detail everything that I wrote. I also really want to use it in the mornings because a lot of times I like get up and like very groggily like read my Bible, like read a chapter or two, and then I'll like sit down and pray. I feel like it really sets the tone for the rest of the day for me. I feel like a lot of the times I forget what I even prayed about or what I said, so I feel like it'll help me to be a lot more intentional in the way I pray, and also just like keep a log of things that have been going on, because I feel like when I pray, that's like when I'm the most honest with myself. I haven't really tried it in that aspect quite yet, but I have tried to like journal my thoughts out loud. Not gonna lie, it's like a little bit awkward. I feel like it's because journaling is such a vulnerable thing. I feel like it'll be a really good habit to build, but also a really tough one. But I'm really hoping that as I practice and get better at it and really build out this routine, that it'll really help me be more efficient in my YouTube journey and just being able to see in real time what my takeaways are from certain life experiences, or even like what I'm inspired by at the time. Because I feel like being a creator can be very lonely, a very isolating job. You feel like you have to do everything by yourself, and then also as like a business owner, you have to constantly keep yourself in check. And I'm really hoping that journaling will at least help me to just have that reference point of like my past self. Like a lot of the stuff that I've mentioned is very much a work in progress, and it's something that I'm still trying to figure out and work towards. But I feel really good about a lot of these changes. I feel like the milanote especially will be very critical in me getting my YouTube schedule in check, and then everything will kind of fall into place. But I'll keep you guys updated on how it goes. I feel like I'm always doing some kind of reset routine or something of that sort, so let me know if you guys have any questions. Also, we are officially monetized. Like, I feel like it was so quick and it was such a fast process. It's just been like so cool. I'm so thankful and like grateful for all of you guys who have recently subscribed. I truly feel like this is just the beginning and we've barely scratched the surface, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next week as well.